Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, with another episode of Friday Night Magic with Duels 2015. So I will be playing with a mono green ramp deck today, and this actually looks fairly good opening hand. I've got a Cultivate, got a Satyr Wayfinder, so I can dig for more land. So I'm going to keep this hand actually. Start off with the forest. So yeah, this so this is a mono green ramp deck. So I've got cards such as Satyr Wayfinder and Cultivate for early game ramp. Looks like we're playing a white-black deck. We've got things such as Triumph of Ferocity. Oh, bloody hell, there's a bit of lag there. I'm going to play the Satyr Wayfinder to see if we can dig for some more land as well. So what we're going to get? What are we going to get? Anything good? What did I get? Another Triumph of Ferocity, an Arbor Colossus, and a Prayer Pond. So we didn't lose too much, but we did, however, find a land, and we get ourselves a 1/1 creature out of it as well. So yeah, I'll be using things such as the Cultivate to ramp up quickly to get big creatures such as a Stomper Cub down, and then using cards such as Triumph of Ferocity. Oh wow, it's a black, white, green deck. That's interesting. So this should be good. Interesting to see. So he's got his own Satyr Wayfinder, so he's looking to ramp up. So he found himself. So what did he toss away? He had to toss away a Runescarred Demon, a Treasured Find, and a Swamp. Fair enough. So I think we're going to play. I'm kind of tempted to play the Triumph of Ferocity here, just because I know that at the moment I'll get a card draw. But I'm going to play the Cultivate instead, as that allows me to put a land on the battlefield. Yeah, I get to pick two, don't I? There we go. Pick two to get a land. And then I'm going to skip my attack for now. No point in attack. I could attack in, but all that would basically really happen is that we just trade 1 for 1. So next turn, I think I'll be playing Stomper Cub, or maybe even Triumph of Ferocity and another Cultivate, and then get Stomper Cub the turn after that. So he's played Wall of Omens. Fair enough. And he appears to be mana screwed right now, which is interesting. Oh no, he's not. He's not mana screwed. What am I on about? He's just decided to play it after his wall. So he's going to swing in with the 1/1. Do I block here? Could do. I don't know. No, I'm just skip blocking for now. There's no point tossing away my 1/1 if I don't have to. I'll let the 1 damage go through. It's fine. It's fine. Probably should have swung in. He probably wouldn't have blocked himself, but so we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 land. Now I could play Triumph of Ferocity. I could do Hunt the Weak and get rid of that. Or I could Cultivate. It's a tough choice. Tough choice. That would allow me to start drawing cards. This would give me the biggest creature on the battlefield. I'm probably just going to play Stomper Cub, just because then it gives me a big beefy 5/3 on the battlefield. As I'm ramping up fairly well. I mean, I've got 2 more cards. I've got, what is it? I've got 5 land down already. That's 6. That's 7. That's 8 and 9. So I'm doing pretty well here. I mean, I've almost got the 10 mana required to play every single card in this deck. So I'm doing pretty well. Basically, what I'll be looking for now is Kozilek. So Triumph of Ferocity will allow me to start digging through my deck. Oh my god, Angelic Accord. So is this some kind of like crazy black, green, white life gain? Because I was kind of thinking that you could make a really good life gain deck out of those 3 colours. Excellent. So we've got more of you. I'm going to play the Triumph, which allows us to start drawing cards, and we can also play the Cultivate as well for even more ramp. So I choose 2 lands, 1 goes down the battlefield, 1 goes into our hand. Excellent. Do I swing in with the Stomp Club? That is the question. Yes, because basically, even if he double blocks, which he wouldn't do, he's just going to block with the 0/4, 5 damage is still going to go through to his face, which is incredible, thanks to the Trample. So he's just going to let that go through, not going to kill off his defender. Thank you, Trample. I can actually kill off his defender with the Hunt the Weak, or I could kill off his Satyr Wayfinder with Hunt the Weak and use my... So what's he played then? Reclamation straight. Ah, no! He's killed off my Hunt the Weak with his Reclamation Sage. So basically, when it comes onto the battlefield, you can destroy any target artifact or enchantment. So he's running a couple of similar cards to me. Like, I've got quite a few of these Elvish Visionaries in my deck. So... more mana now. So basically I'm now getting mana flooded, which is not good. I really needed that Triumph of Ferocity to start drawing cards, but that's slightly annoying. Do I want to kill anything off? That is the question. I mean, I could kill off one of his creatures with my Satyr Wayfinder, like Hunt the Weak it. It's kind of tempting. trying to think, what would be worth killing off? Because that would go up to... I could kill off one of his, like, smaller creatures, and then... no, that's not going to work. I might have to kill off his 2-1, because that way I can then still swing him with my Stomper Cub even. So I'm going to hunt the weak, you into you. They'll both die, unfortunately. And then I can swing him with my Stomper Cub, because he can't then kill it with the 2 creatures he's got down the battlefield. So he's going to block with the 0-4. 5 damage will still go through. And his defender goes to the battlefield. Did that not go through? Oh no, sorry, it's down to the toughness, wasn't it? Oh, what am I on about? No, I'm getting really confused at the moment between toughness and power. And it's like, oh yeah, of course, because it's got the health. He took he tanked 4 damage and 1 went through to his face. What am I talking about? I'm just like going full retard at the moment. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile treasured find. Fair enough. So he's able to return Runescarred Demon. That's fairly terrifying, as that is a very good card. And he's able to play the Cultivate, so he's ramping up. I could really do with one of my big beasties next turn. Something big would be nice. He's getting very close to being able to play that Runescarred Demon. Now he's got plenty of land down. Yeah, I've ended up just becoming a little bit mana flooded. I'm thinking of taking maybe a couple of mana out of this deck and running a couple more creatures. Something like... what's it called? Grazing Gladeheart, so you get a bit of life gain from all the mana being played as well. So he's just swinging with a 1-1, interesting. Just the 1-1. Both of them. I was going to say, I've got nothing to defend with, so you may as well swing in with both of them. Unless you're going to save one for a blocker against a trample creature. Does not compute. Thankfully he's got no mana open this turn, so he can't play anything else, so we'll be able to swing in for 5 damage directly into his face, and we've got the Garrix Pack Leader, very nice. So we've got another big beastie down. And then whenever we play a creature with 3 or more, with power 3 or more, so basically 3 or more attack, I get to draw a card, which is nice. So it's another pseudo ramp card draw card. So there's quite a bit of card draw in this deck if you can keep things such as the Triumph of Ferocity down. That would have been nice, but obviously he had that particular creature which killed it off. So the Reclamation Sage, which was very frustrating. So I've got lethal on the board, but I doubt I'm going to be able to push through lethal quite yet. I'm worried about that Runescarred Demon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How much is Runescarred Demon? I have no idea. If it's 6 mana, he might be able to play it. If it's 7 mana, he'll definitely be able to play it. Yeah, it's 7 mana. So he's able to search for a card. And now he has a 6/6 flyer, which is terrifying. Could really do with that Hunt the Week now. Another Hunt the Week even. Or I could do my Kozilek, that would also work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kozilek would be brilliant right about now. Or a creature with reach, such as my... That's not what I wanted. Prey Upon won't really help me here because I can't kill off that 6/6 with the 2 creatures I have down. So I'm going to have to take 6 damage into face pretty much every turn now. That's a sorcery, so it's not as though I can even... I mean, I could swing in and then kill off his Runescarred Demon, but that would basically mean sacking off both of my creatures, so I'm going to have to skip attack here and then just hit continue. So I'm looking for one of my beefy creatures to come down next turn, basically. Any of my huge creatures would be welcome right now to take on this Runescarred Demon, because I have the card to essentially remove it, providing I've got something with greater than at least 6 attack and greater than 6 health, and then Prey Upon will basically be able to allow me to remove the Runescarred Demon. I mean, that's only one of 2 he has in the deck, so providing I can kill that off, he's not likely to be able to get another one down. So if you've got, what, 2 or more gates, you gain 7 life. Oh, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's a common as well, so you can have up to 4 of them in the deck, and providing you've got... So yeah, that's actually really good. So yeah, splashing a little bit of green into a life gain deck is really clever. So he's got some more mana down. He's mana accelerating himself. He's got quite a bit now. So he's not swinging in. That's interesting. Oh, but he does get a 4/4 Angel though. Oh, that's not good. Oh, we have got Terra Stomper though. Terra Stomper, so we can get rid of you, which is at least one threat dealt with. And I get to draw a card. Yes. Oh, and a Nespian Ass, which has reach. Fantastic. So
that allows me to deal with you and you, because that can deal with the 4/4. Any 4/4 flyer, I can save it as a blocker, so anytime he gets an angel down, and then I can also deal with the 6/6 using my Terror Stomper. So let's get rid of you first, and then we'll play the Nespian Ass next. I don't mind taking 4 damage one turn, but I will skip my attack there. There's no point losing one of my creatures to the 4/4 flyer. But this is going to be crazy next turn. 8/8 trample. Can't be countered. So even if I was playing against the blue deck, he wouldn't be able to counter Terror Stomper. It's just ridiculous. And then I've also got my Nespian Asp to deal with his angel tokens in future if he gets any down. So he's got quite a few cards in hand now, which is kind of terrifying. So I don't know what he's got up his sleeve. So yeah, he's going to swing with the 4/4. Can't do anything about it this turn. Would have been nice if I had one more land, but Nespian Asp will be able to go down next turn, and I can make it monstrous as well, which is just ridiculous. So I had to take the 4 damage there. Couldn't really do much about it. What have we got here then? Seance. So at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile target creature card from your graveyard. If you do so, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that card, except it's a spirit in addition to other types. That's terrifying. So he's able to put 2 rune... What? 2 Runescarred Demons. How the hell did he get 2 Runescarred Demons down? Did he exile 2? What? How did he get 2 Runescarred Demons? What? That's not fair. How in God's name did he get 2 Runescarred Demons down? Am I reading this correctly? At the beginning of your upkeep, yes, I would like to draw a card, please. And we get another land, so we can actually make this monstrous as well. Haha. An 8/9, so I can now deal with your Runescarred Demons. Am I reading that right? At the beginning of your upkeep. Oh no, it's because he played Doubling Season as well. I was like, why the hell did he get 2 tokens? Oh yes, because he's got the fecking Doubling Season, hasn't he? So I'm going to skip my attack here. He's going to be able to do some damage into my face, unfortunately. Ah, one of them did get sacrificed. So what was that then? Exile at the beginning of the next end step. Oh, right. So we had to exile one of them. That's fair enough. But he's able to bring back 2 0/4 walls. Okay, so if you do so, put a token onto the battlefield that's exile at the beginning. Oh, is it because he gets 2? He actually gets to keep one of them around. That's really clever, actually. And he gets a Vizkopa Guild Mage, which basically allows him to give a creature lifelink, which is basically going to allow him to get more angel tokens down. So I'm going to have to be fairly aggressive fairly soon, I think. So yeah, he's going to activate that. So whenever you gain life this turn, each opponent loses that much life. That's fairly crazy. So at least I've got my Nespian Asp to deal with one of his 2 flyers anyway. So we got down then. So, oh my god, this is terrifying. He's got a lot of creatures down all of a sudden. Wow, I'm down to 6 health. That is not good. And he's gained 23. And he gets to have one of his like crazy Angelic Accord comes down as well. I'm a little bit screwed. At least I can defend against a 6/6. I would go down to 2 health, but I could do the second Nespian Asp or my... So he's swinging him with a 2/4. Why would you swing him with a 2/4? It's weird. Unless he's got somewhere pumping it up. It's weird. So he gets 2 angel tokens down. I'm a little bit screwed, I think. Wow, I am totally screwed here. That's been insane. Let's at least draw a card. That gets haste, so I can swing it. I think I've lost here because I can't defend against all of this. We did get a Genesis Hydra down. So I also want a... Do I want a Nespian Asp? Yeah, I think I do. So I get that down as well. He's still got 5 cards in hand. That's insane. And I get a Cultivate. Not particularly useful. Anything good? Another Terror Stomper.
trying to think here. Can I win from this position? He has 4 flyers. I have only 2 blockers. I've got 2 blockers for those flyers. So next turn he swings in for lethal because I can only block 2 of them, and he will do at least 8 damage. If I swing in now, the maximum I can do is 5, 9, 17, 25, 29. So that won't kill him either. So I'm screwed. Yeah, that's the game to him. So I'm just going to attack with all here because I've lost basically because I can't defend against all of his. I can't defend against all of his creatures basically. He can do too much damage to my face, unfortunately. That's a really cool deck. I like the look of that. That is really sweet. So it's just lots of like combining things like Seance, combining things like Doubling Season. Because of the Doubling Season, he's basically able to using the Seance and the combo with the Doubling Season, he's able to bring in a token back from the... It's like essentially graveyard fetching, and then because that only means you have to sacrifice one of those tokens because of the Doubling Season, he gets to keep all of that. Why are you even bothering to defend? You had lethal with all your flyers. Does it really matter? He had lethal anyway. I'm just gonna... Doesn't matter where I click, I've lost anyway, basically, so... I knew I'd lost, so I may as well just attack with everything and giving him a good show. Somebody did suggest turning off the battle animations, and it's probably a good idea, but... So yeah, he can just keep bringing back tokens every turn because of his Seance. That's insane. That is really cool. Basically, whatever gets sent to his graveyard, he can keep bringing back, and he's got another Doubling Season as well. You know, in case he wants to bring back even more tokens. That's really cool. I like the look of that deck. I might have to consider running. I might have to give this kind of deck a go later on. So it's to the Angelic Accord. It's got Doubling Season. It's got Seance. So yeah, it's a black white. Why did you not swing in? You had lethal. What is wrong with you? Is it still his turn? No, it's my turn. Whoa! What are you doing? You won! Oh, okay, he was killing me that way. Fair enough, if you're going to do that. I'll see you in a sec for game number 2, guys. Okay, guys, here for game number 2. That is going to be a mulligan because I've got no land. And that is okay, but... probably going to draw one more new hand. That should be fine, I think. Not perfect, but... That previous hand, I didn't really have anything early game, so playing a Boros deck of some description, and we have a Garruk's Pack Leader, so we're going to go Elvish Pioneer, put another mana onto the battlefield. We go up to 2 even, sorry. Then next turn we can play the Triumph of Ferocity, so if he can't get anything down that's more powerful than a 1/1, I will start drawing cards because of that, which is awesome. So yeah, that last game was really... Ooh, red, white, blue, interesting. So we have a Wall of Omens, so that won't get him any card draw at the moment, which is a good thing. Does get to draw a card, however. So, ooh, we've also got Hunt the Weak, very nice. So we can actually play that on the Elvish Pioneer, which is a good thing. So this allows me to start drawing cards, because I do currently have the... I may as well skip my attack, it's not going to go through, because he's just going to block it with the 0/4 defender. So yeah, that last game went fairly well. That guy just had an inspired strategy with all those different cards. I mean, if I'd somehow managed to get something like, say, my Kozilek, if I managed to draw into that, that could have been fairly insane. So... I will actually draw a card this turn, at least, because of my Triumph of Ferocity. There we go. So there we go, got Garruk's Pack Leader. So this turn I'm actually going to kill off Chasm Stalker. Whenever you draw a card, put a... Yeah, because that's going to get really big real quick, and I want to get rid of that. So this will actually allow me to keep the biggest creature on the field as well, which is a bonus. So it goes to the graveyard. When it dies, put X/1/1 Blade. Ah, excellent. So because it didn't have any tokens on it, it didn't then also put any tokens on different creatures. So say, for example, if he died and it had like a 1/1 token on it, he could have put it on the Wall of Omens. So we've got an Izzet Guildgate. So he's got 2 Guildgates down, Boros and an Izzet. And then he's also playing Bot of Karanos. Oh, that makes me sad, because that means that I won't draw any cards now. So I can basically do anything which gives me a creature token. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. I could do one more land, and I'm basically playing Arbor Colossuses. That is really, really sucky. One more land, and I've got things like one more land. I've got Garrick's Pack Leader and 2 Arbor Colossuses and the Stomper Cub. Come on, give me land. Oh. I'm tempted to play the Genesis Hydra just because it's going to allow me to play another creature as well. And it'll also allow me to draw cards from the Triumph of Ferocity. So, unfortunately, I can't play either of them. So, they're on top of my deck. So, at least they go back. It basically allows me to have a quick peek. And I get a creature, which allows me to draw cards from the Triumph. So, can't complain there. So, think twice, draw a card, flashback 2. Okay, fair enough. So, he's card drawing. Anything else? And we've also got another thing twice. So he's decided to flashback that at the same time to draw 2 cards in one turn. So thankfully... Oh, no, it's his turn now, isn't it? What am I on about? So, right, he did that at the end of my turn, which because he had land still open. Fair enough, fair enough. So playing another Wall of Omens. Fair enough. That won't overrule my Triumph of Ferocity. And then, in theory, I think I've got, what was it, a Cultivate and a land on top there. So... this turn, so I get to draw 2 cards. Ooh, there's the land that I'm looking for. So I think Garrick's Pack Leader will go down this turn. And then I'll start drawing even more cards from the Arbor Colossuses and the Stomper Cubs. So skip my attack this turn, but from now on, I'm basically pretty much set as I'm going to be drawing essentially 2 cards per turn from the Triumph of Ferocity and the Garrick's Pack Leader, which is just plain sweet. So this deck is looking for kind of like aggression control, I'm guessing. I'm guessing this is going to be quite control-y, red, white, blue. I haven't seen many counters yet, which is a good thing. Thankfully. At least I've got 4 5-mana cards now, so I'm basically set at 5 mana at this point. What have we got here then? Elixir of Immortality, so he can tap it and gain 5 life and it gets shuffled into the graveyard, so I draw 2 cards. Marvellous. So play the Forest, and then we're also going to play the Arbor Colossus, because that draws us a card from the Garrick's Pack Leader. Yes, I would like to draw a card. Oh, another land. Fantastic. So I can actually play it using the Elvish Pioneer. Which is just plain cool. There we go. Confirm. Put my extra forest onto the battlefield. So I'm looking pretty good right now. So I can swing in with my Garrick's Pack Leader. He can block with one of his Wall of Omens, or he can let it go through. No, he's blocking. So finally I've killed off one of them. This bad boy has reach as well, which is just plain cool. So, and when you make it monstrous, you can destroy a flying creature, which is just plain amazing. There's quite a lot of reach in this deck as well. Like, you've got the Arbor Colossus, you've got the Nespian Asp, you've got the it's like the Zendikar one, I think, as well. The like the Avatar of Zendikar, I think it's called that. Something like that. It's basically like it's a green 6/6 with reach, and then it can put tokens onto the battlefield as well. It's the other one of the mythic rares in this deck. So we do draw a card because of the Triumph of Ferocity, and we get a Terror Stomper as well. Fantastic. So I think that's going to get played at the end. So we're going to hit continue, swinging my 2 biggies. Saying that, I may as well swing in with everything, because my reason being is that he's only got a 0/4, so he could block, say, that one, gets killed off. I would have blocked the 6/6 personally. If you're going to sacrifice your creature, you may as well sacrifice, like, if you're going to sacrifice a creature to as a chump blocker, you may as well block the 6/6 damage, which is a bit silly in my opinion. And yes, I would like to draw a card. Thank you very much. Oh, we get land as well. So what's this then? Reprisal. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. It can't be regenerated. Yeah, that's fair enough. So he destroyed one of my big creatures. I still have 3 more in my hand, and you've got nothing on the board. Anger of the Gods. So what? You kill off 2 of my creatures? Wow. Any more for any more? And a Brimaz. Fair enough. Oh, he's foiled that. I can see why you might want to foil that. Excellent. Another Garrick's Pack Leader, and we also have a Siege Worm. Oh, this is so good. I'm liking this. So if we continue, we're going to swing him with the 6/6 only. Reason being is that if he suddenly decides, because with this one, because he would then essentially spawn a 1/1 creature blocking my one as well, that would kill off my Garrick's Pack Leader. So we're going to play another Arbor Colossus here. We'll last draw a card because of the Garrick's Pack Leader, as it's power 3 or greater. And we get another land. So we've basically got
like, a lot of big creatures in our hand now, and he's got another Elixir of Immortality. So he's forward quite a few cards. He's obviously quite keen on some of these, and we've got a Storm Breath Dragon, so that's obviously going to be a flyer. So all I have to do is make one of my Arbor Colossuses monstrous, and that goes straight to the graveyard, unfortunately for him. So we draw a card. Another Terra Stomper, fantastic. And watch this, we go monstrous. Boom. Goodbye Storm Breath Dragon. Fantastic. That's the way. I like it. So he goes up by a few health. And we can also play a Siege Worm as well, but I'll probably play that at the end. He's got nothing on the board, so the two Arbor Colossuses are going to be swung. And he will have to block one of these, otherwise he will die this turn. So yes, he will summon a 1/1 as well. Doesn't matter which one he summons. Doesn't matter how many 1/1s he summons. He's going to die, Brimaz, unfortunately. So this has been hilarious. This is how this ramp deck should work. You should get up to like 5 or 6 land, and then once I've got that, I've got so many 5 mana good creatures, so many 6 mana good creatures, 7 mana, 8 mana. It's all good. Oh, what was that? Was that Planar Cleansing? Interesting. So we're just going to start again. So we're going to start with the Garrix Pack Leader. And play a Stomper Cub. Is that common? No, it's a rare. So basically, yes, I would like to draw a card. And we get a land. So it's going to keep ramping. So yeah, he's only got 2 of them in the deck. So hopefully the other one is like right at the bottom. Fingers crossed, otherwise I might be saying goodbye to some more of my cards. So we've got Soul of Ravnica, fair enough. 6/6 flyer. Can I deal with that? Not right now, so Terra Stomper's going to come down. Can't be countered by any of his blue shenanigans. He doesn't have anything in hand anyway, so 2 Satyr Wayfinders. So we're basically just digging for something like Kozilek or something like that right now. Or one of my other reach creatures would be quite nice. Another Cultivate. Not really that useful at this stage in the game. I've got plenty of land, so just going to skip my attack this turn. No point swinging in. I can swing in with everything next turn. That destroy all permanents. All non-land permanents get destroyed by Planar Cleansing. So it's very similar to All Is Dust, I think. But it's all non-land permanents, so that includes colourless as well, whereas all his dust basically destroyed all coloured permanents, which was fairly cool. There we go, he's been replaced by AI, he didn't find anything. So we hit continue, we attack with all because he obviously can't block all of his damage, he can only block one of my creatures, and the rest of them will finish him off. So that's a win for game number 2. Go ramp green. There's the damage that we need, fantastic. I'll see you in a sec for game number 3, guys. Okay, guys, so here we are for our 3rd and final game. Do I want to keep this hand? Not really. This hand, however, is perfect, as we have the Cultivate and the 3 mana, so we can get up to 5 mana fairly quickly, which allows us to get things such as Vengevine, and the Genesis Hydra is always a good shout as well. It's just a really good card. It allows you to essentially get 1 or maybe even 2 creatures down onto the battlefield, or another permanent, such as... So we're going to play you. No point playing Genesis Hydra, as we won't get anything from it. So it's going to be Cultivate on turn 3. Will be our first mana acceleration card. I do like Cultivate. Rampant Growth is also very good, but unfortunately is not in this version of the game, which is slightly annoying. So what have we got here then? We have a red-black Goblin deck. So we've got a Quest for the Goblin Lord. So I'm expecting goblins at some point. It seems to be possibly even slowed down by the... what's it called? Slowed down by the inclusion of black. Like usually with this Goblin deck, I've seen it played with just red, and I don't understand why he might be running black unless he just wants it for, I don't know, some of the removal or something like that. I don't think there's any black Goblin creatures. I'm fairly sure they're all red. So what have we got here then? Rock Slide Elemental. Whenever another creature dies, you may put a 1/1 counter on Rock Slide Elemental. Interesting. So what do we want to get down this turn? So we could get Triumph Frosty down, or we could get the Vengevine down. I think Vengevine is probably going to be the best. That's weird. I was trying to play more than one card at once there. So this does have haste, and
That has first strike, but that doesn't not really going to matter when I have three toughness, 3 health. So I'm just going to smack him for 4 with my Vengevine, which is really cool. And then whenever you cast a spell, if it's the second creature spell you've cast this turn, I can return Vengevine from the graveyard to the battlefield, which is quite cool. So later on, once I'm playing, like, oh, there goes the shock. I'm assuming he has more than 1 shock. Yes, I was going to say, he's probably got more than 1 shock, unfortunately. That's slightly annoying. So I've basically now got to try and play 2 creature spells and return this from the graveyard to the battlefield. So he's allowed to swing him for 2 damage now. So he did just waste 2 of his shocks to kill off 1 creature there, which is a bit weird. There we go. So I take 2 damage to the face. Fortunately, I didn't get. I'm not going to get any card draw from my Triumph of Ferocity, but it's not the end of the world. So I think it's probably going to be Genesis Hydra this turn. We'll get a 4/4 down, and then we also get to put a permanent on the battlefield. So, fortunately, don't get a good one. So I'm just going to put the Elvish Pioneer onto the battlefield because that will count as my second spell. So does that count as my? Can I bring my Vengevine back? No, apparently, yeah, okay, I get that. Basically, that's actually a mythic rare. I did not realise that. I only get 1 of them in my deck, my Vengevine, because that got played not from my hand, but because of another creature card. Basically, so he gets a quest from two quests for the Goblin King counters on there. So if it gets 5 down there, that gets pretty crazy. So I'm probably going to kill that off next turn. So I can't play any of the. I could play my Siege Worm, but I don't really want to right now. I could Hunt the Weak and get rid of his 2/2, I suppose. Or I could play Triumph. No, I think I'm going to Hunt the Weak, get rid of his 2/2, and then swing in with my Genesis Hydra. So get rid of this, which can get pumped up by the death of other creatures, basically the goblins and stuff like that. And then that'll basically allow me to swing in with my 4/4. There we go. Does that have an ability when it gets sent to the graveyard? No, it didn't. That was weird. So he's gonna. No, he's not gonna chump block. Fair enough. So unless he's got the ability to summon 3 goblins this turn, I'm not that terrified. Oh, that really sucks. So basically, keeping. That was a bit dodgy. He had that Tribute to Hunger down, so I have to take 2 damage now. I'm basically looking for... How much mana have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 1 more mana. Come on. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So we can play Palaka Worm now. And we can also play the 2 Siege Worms as well. So we're nicely ramped up. I gain 7 life. I get to 23. Marvellous. We also get a 7/7 trample in future, which is a good thing. He did get a little bit of health from the Tribute to Hunger, so obviously he splashed a little bit of black in there to basically ensure that he's got some like some more removal spells and things like that. So he's got the Goblin Rabble Master, so it's a 2/2, and then at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 red Goblin creature token with haste onto the battlefield. Wow. That's fairly terrifying. So he's basically 1 counter away from having that quest for the Goblin Lord being like ridiculously pumped up. Oh, but all goblins have to attack in every turn. If able, I'm guessing, or... Yeah, so they have to attack. Sorry, mate, you have to swing in with all 3 of them. Which I get to block 1 of them, of course. There we go, let's block the haste one. Goodbye. So, all of these goblins are going to get very terrifying very quickly once that quest for the Goblin Lord gets its 5th quest counter on it. So I'm going to have to work very quickly here. So I'm thinking Siege Worm. So I don't need to Convoke. I'm just going to get it down. And then I'm going to swing in my Palaka Worm. And hoping that he tries to out aggro me. Basically, I've got lots of trample, which is a good thing. So even if he blocks, I'm still going to be pushing through damage. So I've got him down to 9. If he plays another Goblin this turn, I'm screwed because all of these all suddenly get +2 attack. So I could defend like 1 or 2 a turn. At least the Triumph of Ferocity at some point is going to allow me to start drawing cards. So that's where the 5th quest. Oh yeah, the Goblin Rabble Master is obviously going to screw me over a bit there. So unfortunately, I'm going to take 6 damage here. So I have to block 1 of them. There we go. So that one of them goes to the graveyard. I take 6 damage, unfortunately. And he plays Anger of the Gods, so goodbye, Siege Worm. But he just got rid of his own permanents. What are you doing? I've got the biggest creature on the battlefield, and you just... Oh my god, some people. Some people. I'm actually going to play the Triumph Ferocity here, because I'm not even that bothered about what he's got on the battlefield right now. I'm about to push through 7 damage, and he's got nothing to block me. What were you doing with the... Why? Why would you Anger of the Gods there? You had the upper hand. You had superior numbers and really good mini... Oh my god. Why would you Anger of the Gods there? That was ridiculous. So now he's got nothing, because basically he's mana screwed and can't play any other cards. So I've just won. Okay, that was weird. So I'm going to play Elvish Visionary. Might draw into something good. I'm about to push through the 7 damage, but that's not the point. GG, no lands this time. Unlucky. Sorry, mate. I was going to say, he got totally mana screwed there. I was going to say, why did he play... Oh, excellent. That's the end of game number 3. We'll take a look at the deck in a second. Okay guys, so just a quick look at the deck just to finish off. So 2 Elvish Pioneers basically allows you to play 2 lands in turn 1 if you have it in your hand, very good. Prey Upon, removal, so basically using your big or smaller creatures to get rid of other big creatures or smaller creatures on the other side of your opponent's battlefield. 2 Genesis Hydras, brilliant cards, basically allows you to get potentially early game. It allows you to do some sifting. So you can see. So there's the possibility of getting like a reasonable creature down, and the possibility of another one of your like ramp creatures, such as an Elvish Visionary or an Elvish Pioneer, something like that. Or later on in the game, you've got the possibility of getting 2 huge creatures down for like 8 mana, something like that, which is ridiculous. So brilliant card, Genesis Hydra. Elvish Visionary, 3 of them for the card draw. Satyr Wayfinder allows you to do some milling essentially, so you get to look at the top 4 cards of your deck if there's any land there. So it's a ramp card, so you're looking for land basically, and then any other cards that you so the other 3 cards that you find, it'll get put in the graveyard. So it's a mana acceleration. 2 Triumph Ferocities for card draw. Once you start getting your big creatures down, you're pretty much drawing a card every turn with that. 4 Cultivates, essentially the crux card in this deck, the main mana acceleration card. Turn 3 Cultivate, you're suddenly looking at 5 mana, which is crazy, like next turn. Vengevine, brilliant creature, got haste, is a mythic rare, so you can only have 1 of them in the deck, and then if you manage to play 2 creatures on 1 turn, you get to bring it right back. 2 Hunt the Weeks, very similar to the Prey Upon, except this time you get to put a 1/1 counter on your creature as well, so very good removal, using your big creatures to remove the other creatures. Arbor Colossus, 5 mana, reach, monstrosity, and then when it becomes monstrous you can destroy a flying creature, as you saw with the Stormbreath Dragon. 2 Garruk's Pact Leaders, so if you manage to play a creature of power 3 or more, so 3 or greater attack, you get to draw a card. So with this deck, pretty much the business end of this deck is essentially 3 or greater power, so you're drawing a card pretty much every turn later on in the game with that down. Nespian Ass, another monstrosity with reach, so very similar to the Arbor Colossus, very good. What else have we got? So we've got a Stomper Cub, Trample, 5/3, just a very solid card. Soul of Zendikar, I don't think we got to saw this, didn't get to see this played unfortunately, but this is a great card. Another mythic rare, very good, sorry, Soul of Zendikar, yeah, that's the one. So it's reach, so 6/6 reach, so already very good, and then it's also got the ability to put 3/3 green beast creature tokens onto the battlefield pretty much late game every turn as well. 2 Terra Stompers, 6 mana, which is great, 8 for 8/8, plus it can't be countered, so great against blue, and it's got Trample. Palaka Worm, great card, 7 mana, so very late game, does have Trample, you gain 7 life when it comes onto the battlefield, and if it does die for any reason, you get card draw. Siege Worm, so you can convoke it early game if you've got a couple of your smaller mana ramp creatures, got Trample, very good card, and then finally, didn't get to see this played either, unfortunately. When I was testing this deck, I did get to play this a couple of times. You can get to this card very easily, providing you draw it. It's brilliant. It's an Eldrazi, so kind of like this is very pseudo. This deck is kind of similar to the Eldrazi deck from
Duels 2014 in the sense that the whole point is to try and ramp up to 10 mana so you can play Kozilek Butcher of Truth. When it comes onto the battlefield, you draw 4 cards. It's got Annihilator 4, so every time it attacks, your opponent has to sacrifice 4 permanents on the battlefield, be that enchantments, creatures, or lands. And then when it goes to the graveyard, you get to shuffle your entire graveyard back into your deck. So this card, you could potentially even top deck this card just as it's gone to the graveyard. Not very likely. And then finally, we've just got 24 basic lands to round it off. So that's the deck. I'm going to leave the episode there. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.